Hi everyone, welcome back to Oliver Smith Watches. My name is George Reed and I'm the Fine Timepiece Director here at Oliver Smith Jeweler. Today I would like to talk to you about the watch that saved the watch industry, the Swatch. So for a little bit of background here, it is 1983 and the Swiss watch industry has been decimated by an influx of quartz digital watches from Japan. And it was looking really, really bleak. And then in 1983, a group of guys get together and a company called ETA, who was an injection molding plastics company at the time, and they decided to attack back. They were mostly marketing directors at the time, but they all really felt that the term Swiss made still had clout. It still mattered. And in the upper mechanical watches, of course it did. But in that entry level, there was just nothing out there. So they decided to do something cheap and fun, and they invented Swatch. And it was so interesting at the time. Being of a certain age, I really remember when Swatch hit, particularly on the East Coast. And it started us doing something we had never done before. We started collecting watches. All my buddies had these digital calculator watches, things of that nature. And then a couple of guys started showing up with these bright, fun watches. You were like, wait, what is that? They were analog, they weren't digital, and they were Swiss made. So they were automatically held in higher esteem, even though I think they maxed out at $50 at the time. But I think collectively what it did was it introduced the world to watch wardrobing. You couldn't have just one Swatch. You had to have multiples, you had to have straps, you had to have Swatch guards, and it got us all voraciously collecting this thing we didn't even know we needed. It got to the point where you could only buy one because of demand, and so people would literally sneak out, put on a disguise, and come back and buy their second Swatch that day. I mean, this is right on the heels of the Beanie Baby craze. I mean, the timing just could not have been better, and it absolutely 100% saved the watch industry. Now, fast forward a little bit in that time, and then you have Nicholas Hayek and a group of investors from Switzerland. They become controlling interest in this new founding company, Swatch, to the point where the name that they had come up with for their little company, they changed to Swatch Group. I mean, that's really the birth of what we know as modern Swatch Group. So 40 years later, they decided to do it again. And the timing, again, could not have been better. They didn't plan it, it's just serendipitous, but we're just coming out of a worldwide pandemic, and out of nowhere, the Moonswatch lands. And the timing's so perfect where you can actually go back and get in line with other people, reconnect with other people. I got this one in Switzerland when I was out there for the Geneva show. I'm out there for Watches and Wonders, and I happened upon the Swatch boutique. There were just enough people in line to make it worth my time, and I got the watch. And ironically, and again, I can't imagine it was planned this well, but for those of you who don't know, Watches and Wonders is the biggest watch show in the world every single year. And with the implosion of Basel World, it's become pretty Richemont-centric with some independents. You have Rolex and Patek and those guys, but other than that, for the major brands, it's really Richemont heavy. No Swatch Group. So I'm in Switzerland, I get this Swatch watch, and Elizabeth does a quick roll on Instagram, and it hits. And I think it's still one of our biggest viewed little Instagram things. And every meeting I attended with every single president of every single company with Richemont wanted to see the Swatch watch. Absolutely hilarious. They could not. It was such a little coup. I mean, I had a $260 flex on the entire show. It was remarkable. And what really got me thinking about this, the other day, we here at Oliver Smith carry both Rubber Bee and Horus straps. And a few of us had moon swatches, and we started comparing straps. Like I put my Mercury onto an actual Omega NATO, but we started to realize, oh man, we work in one of the nicest, most luxurious watch stores, I think, on the planet. And this is how many swatches are in our store right now. Like almost everybody who works here has one. I'm actually missing two. I tried to put out a roll call to get everybody to bring theirs in, and two people forgot. But just to give you an idea of the impact this has on collectors. Initially, there was some talk about haters and it hurting the Omega brand somehow. I couldn't disagree with that statement more. I think it was absolutely perfect. The timing was impeccable. And again, Swatch, thank you for saving the watch industry. I look forward to see what you're going to do 40 years from now. Folks, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.